You know him for his wild and outrageous stunts, one of the stars of the Jackass movie franchise. He's a veteran performer who has made audiences around the world laugh for more than 2 decades. Joining me this morning is Steve-O to highlight his bucket list tour and show tonight in Elkhart. Steve-O, thanks so much for joining me this morning.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, well, let's kick things off here with the tour. It's billed as, quote, what Jackass didn't want you to see. You also say you're legitimately concerned about being sued. I mean, that's some hype right there. What can people expect?
Well, the fact is that this being a multimedia show and the videos which I screened during the show, it's so explicit, it's so intense that we've actually found that in more cities than not, full-grown men faint in the audience.
Oh, wow.
It's really wild. Yeah, I screened footage that's so messed up, it causes some full-grown men to faint.
Well, having done several of the Jackass movies, how much of what's filmed doesn't actually make it into the movie?
They generally find a home for just about everything. We've got this little habit of making ancillary movies of deleted scenes, which is we just had one come out on Netflix called Jackass 4.5, and there was a 3.5 and a 2.5. So that generally is where the unused footage finds a home, and there's very little that doesn't. There's been some stuff for Jackass that was just too intense to put anywhere. And actually, at my show in Elkhart, there's a pre-show which will start roughly 40 minutes before showtime. And the first thing in the pre-show is a video called What Jackass Couldn't Show. And all the explicit stuff that was never allowed to make it anywhere. I managed to get my hands on it.
So is the stuff that's in the show that you're going to be airing tonight, is that stuff that's from the Jackass movies, or is that from other works you've done over your career, or is that brand new material?
The main event tonight is strictly footage that I shot on my own, totally separate from Jackass, and very deliberately for this tour. It's called The Bucket List, and it's the bucket list is comprised of stunts that I had ideas for the longest time. I never thought that they would actually happen, and you know, as I kind of feel the end of my career doing stunts drawing near, I thought I better hurry up and go for it now. So I just went for it all the way, and the stuff that I did, flagrantly illegal, in some cases actually XXX rated, really explicit stuff, and I love it all. I never would have been able to do any of it for Jackass, and I couldn't be more thrilled that I took it upon myself to do it for this tour.
Well, I mean, you've been doing this a long time, and you've taken that unconventional route to international stardom. You've had a chance to, you know, reflect on your career now, or is that something that you're waiting to do? What do you think about that?
Well, I've got a new book coming out in September called A Hard Kick in the Nuts, What I've Learned from a Lifetime of Terrible Decisions. And it's very reflective. We actually just got the first trade review in, and it's glowingly positive. Couldn't be more thrilled with it. I really wrote a great book, and it's available for pre-order if anybody wants to grab one.
Well, speaking of that title, since it's so apropos, what's been your favorite stunt or prank that's been your favorite, where you thought, you know what, I got hurt, but I'm glad I did that? Maybe something along those lines?
I mean, in general, whenever I've gotten hurt, provided that it was captured on video, you know, I've seen that as a benefit. You know, I kind of view the more horrific this stunt is for my own personal well-being, the better it translates to video. So there's very little that I've done to hurt myself, which I'm not somehow grateful for.
Okay. Well, you got this tour. I know you launched a podcast. You got the book coming out. What's next after this? Another Jackass movie, maybe?
You know, I got to say that some of the texts that we've been receiving from Mr. Knoxville seem to be of the gung-ho variety. I wouldn't be surprised if he's got something in mind. But then again, we never know. We us supporting guys tend to find out very last. So I'm not the guy to ask that.
Gotcha. All right. Well, all right. That's all the time we have right now. Steve, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me this morning.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. And thank you so much to everybody in Elkhart. We're going to have a packed show tonight. It's going to be amazing. I'm really looking forward to it.
Steve-O at the Elkhart tonight at the Lerner Theater. Tonight only. You won't want to miss it. We'll be right back after the break.